And okay, so obviously if you're on my team, you know who I am. If you don't know who I am, my name's Cheyenne. I'm a triple. My face is normally not this red, and I guess I'm gonna have to be drinking a lot of water because my throat hurts really bad, so it's fine. But okay, so like I said, there was like just like five like key things I wanted to talk to you guys about, and I just think that it's really important, especially with this new season coming up. If you haven't started school already, you're starting like within the next couple days or like the next couple weeks. So it's kind of just like getting our minds right for change, like another like round of change. So if you're in school, if you have kids that are in school, Ashley, you moved on Friday. I'm so sorry. But yeah, so it's fine. Also, if you have any questions, put them in the chat. I have them up and I will be answering them like throughout this just so I don't forget them or anything. But well, the first thing I really wanted to talk about is how you do not need to work 24/7 in this business to be successful. So if you have any sort of outside obligation outside of it works, I want you to put a 1 in the chat. I'm gonna go ahead and put 1 too. Okay. I know we got more. Here we go. There they're coming. I was like, I know we got more than 2 people on here. Okay, so obviously all of you guys, you have something more than it works going on in your life, which I'm pretty sure most of us do. If you don't have another job or school, kids, you probably have a boyfriend or you have family. I'm just going to assume something. So one thing that I really wanted to touch on was with like after going triple, I really wanted, like I feel like I kind of burned myself out because like I was working all day constantly. I only focused on my business and I literally gave up sleep. I gave up eating. Granted, I got triple out of it, but I don't want that for anyone else because like I was miserable and I don't want you guys to be miserable. So I've been like adopting a new way of like doing my schedule and I absolutely love it. I've been doing it since April. So I went triple in March. So I've been doing it since then. I'm not even going to count back how many months that is. But you do not need to work all day long to be successful in this business. You just have to be intentional. So I know I did a Zoom over this on my team a couple months ago. Excuse me. And basically it's called like the block schedule. I love it. It might not be for some people because I know that like there's different ways that we all learn and like do things. So if it doesn't work for you, then don't do it. This is just like what I have found to be successful and it's working really well for me. I know it's working really well for a couple other girls on my team. So that's why like I'm sharing it with you guys. But it's basically just about being intentional. And I work this business about 3 to 5 hours a day. And I like mean that seriously. Like I start working, I have a literal alarm that goes off on my phone at 12 or at 12:20 to say get ready to work, and at 12:30 it says go presidential because that's obviously my next rank that I'm pushing towards. So from 12:30 to 3:30 I am working. And sometimes that 3:30 gets pushed to 5 or 6 just depending on if I have to cook dinner, but I am literally straight intentionally working for 3.5 hours. And then for after that, I allow time to cook dinner, spend time with my boyfriend. And then I come back to work, It's like my lunch break. And I come back at like 8 o'clock-ish and I go to bed at 11. But from 12:30 to 3:30 and then from 8 to 11, this is my zone. Sometimes I'm sitting in that chair, sometimes I'm on my couch. If I'm on my couch, I tend to fall asleep. So I'm typically just over here. So, but like I am like working. And what I mean by like truly being intentional is when it's time to work your business, that is the only thing you're doing. You're not focusing on that. You're not focusing on that. You're not focusing on that. You are literally focusing on your business. Obviously, if you have kids, then that time that you're going to be like focused working or like focused intentional working is going to be different. And like, I'm not going to speak for people who have kids. I know I saw AJ hopped on. That's my mama go-to for girls who have kids. She has 2 of them. I almost said 2 under 2, but Nova's 2. My heart's gonna break. It's fine. But like she has 2 babies and she's a stay-at-home mom because of this business, double diamond going triple. So I always go to her with those kind of questions because I have a cat and I have a boyfriend. So that's my life. But yeah, so if you ever need help with like scheduling questions, like if you are a mom, go to her because, or any other mom that you know on this team. I know there's so many of them. That's just my go-to. And that's just because like we all have different schedules, but like that is, I mean, like there's no distractions. So like when I am doing that, like focused, intentional working, I'm not worrying about my cat. I'm not like doing things around the apartment. I'm not like cleaning or like doing those other things I shouldn't be doing in this time. You know what I mean? So I'm literally like just focusing on that task. And yeah, Keto literally going crazy. I actually don't know where he's at. He might be under my bed. I don't really know. He may have run outside. I don't know. It's fine. I'm sure he's under my bed because he was scared of everything. It's fine. But it's just really about being like having a schedule and like scheduling it and sticking to it, and not even about being motivated. I don't like that word anymore. I like disciplined, because I'm not motivated to work my business for 5 hours a day, but I am disciplined to work my business for 5 hours a day because I have my goals, and like they're up on my dream board. But they're like on my, I have some text messages, but don't mind those. But like right here, I have little things, and it's like, did you message today? Did you listen to a podcast? Check in with your team. Did you do your work task? And like different things that I know I have to do during the day. And I just have that on there. And then the next screen is like my actual dream board. I just made it on over. Just keep it simple. I do have reminders that go off to like post, because that is something, even though it's been almost 2 years, I forget to post. So I have an alarm that goes off at noon, or a reminder. I used to do some for messaging, but now I just have that my strict working times where I am messaging. Of course, I do different things throughout the day. Like when I'm hanging out with Jeremy and we're watching a movie, I'm on my phone interacting or following or doing something like that. But primarily when I am sitting down, like in my workspace, my phone and my phone and my iPad are on do not disturb, and I am messaging, and I'm doing that like intentional work, and I'm following. And it's like, that kind of goes into my next thing, is doing your 6 list is not going to get you paid, but enrolling from your 6 list is what's going to get you paid. I feel like that's one thing that some people don't really understand. Like, yes, you can work this business, but if you're, I don't want to say not working the right way, because it really is no wrong way, but there is at the same time. So it's really just about like doing your 6 list, but doing it intentionally, because if you're doing it intentionally, you are going to be enrolling, and enrolling is how we make money. And like obviously, like with distributors, you get $100 every time you enroll a distributor, and they get their shopping spree. And then if you're diamond above, you know about like all those extra bonuses that you get with that. And like for customers, I mean, I know like I enrolled 4 customers in my first month, and my paycheck was $9. Versus the next month I enrolled, actually AJ was my only distributor that month, now that I think about that. But I also got a couple other bonuses from other things that we had, and my total check ended up being almost $500, like as an executive, because of bonuses. So it's really not just about like it's not just about doing your 6 list, it's completing it intentionally. And then something that I like to do with myself is, how many times a day can I complete my 6 list? My 6 list might be different than your 6 list. I actually have an 8 list, if that counts. But I do like power hours. So like whenever I'm doing that like intentional working, I'm doing a power hour, and then I do another power hour, and then I do another one at night. And then I do like little things throughout that time that I'm working, because I know that that's what I need to do. And like messaging X amount of people is how I get X amount of yeses. And like obviously, like I hear the word no too. I don't want you guys to think that I don't. I feel like that's something that people just think I get all these yeses. No, it's a lot of no's. It's a lot of follow-ups. I'm sorry about the awkward pause. My throat hurts. And it's like, I know I literally keep saying this, but like, it's literally just about being intentional. You can work this business for hours and not be intentional and not get any results versus working this business for 1 to 2 hours intentionally and go double diamond. Like there's, you know what I mean? So it's literally just about being intentional. And then all of these, I'm like trying to get them to flow together. So I'm hoping it does. So yeah, but the next thing is like supposed to be having fun. And like this business is truly supposed to be fun. And if you don't think it's fun, then we need to talk one. But it's like we need to figure out like what doesn't make it fun. Is that how you say that? We're going to go with that. But this is not supposed to be a job that you hate. this is my full-time job, and I literally have so much fun working my business every single day, because it's like I'm on social media. I love social media. And like there are times when I can say that I do just catch myself scrolling. If you want to give yourself 30 minutes to scroll down social media, that's okay. Like, I mean, like I do it. Excuse me. I don't want you to spend your entire day aimlessly scrolling, but if you need that little break for like your mind's sake, just take the little break, scroll down Twitter, look at all the stupid people. I know that's what I do. I don't have Twitter notifications on, but I get on Twitter once a day because it makes me laugh. And it does. That's just my little thing. And like Ashley, she said like Zooms just put me in a better mood. Like I love getting on Zooms because like now I'm talking to 14 of my really good friends. Like granted, you guys like aren't talking back to me, but like this is like hanging out. And then like a work Zoom when we're like jamming to music. Like earlier, Emily and I, before anyone else was on, we were just over here jamming to Lizzo. That's fun. It's like I don't mean fun just by like going out and like doing all these different things. And like if that's fun for you, I have something else going down here, because like I am a homebody, and like staying at home in my little bubble in my chair that's right here, this is fun. And it's like working from my couch or from my bed or from the beach, and it's like not being bossed around, like that is fun to me. And like I always think about like going back to a job, and like I don't want to say this isn't a job, but like you guys know what I mean, and like literally having someone tell me what to do. No, no. Like we are here to mentor you guys, and like I know Shay always says this, we cannot fire you. We cannot say like, okay, like you don't have to come back tomorrow. You know what I mean? Like that is up to you. We mentor you guys to what we feel is the best ways to work this business, and that's why we do give you guys like so many different things to do, because there are so many different ways to work this business. But like if you're someone who like needs to be around people and like face-to-face interaction, then do that. Do vendor events, go to parties, do sip and samples, pick it outside of Walmart. I only say that because when I was going triple, I was literally like, I had to get out of the house. She came over for that promotion, and she was like, do you want to go pick it outside of Walmart and throw wraps at people? And I was like, you know what? Let's go. We didn't actually do it, but we were going to. Like, and if you're like local in my area, if you're not even on my team, but if you're local to me and you want to do like a sip and sample because you think that's something that you'd like to do, just text me. I will come and drive. My max is like 4-hour drives. That's about the max that I'll do. But if you want to do a party, a little like sip and sample where you can invite your family over or like other people, do that. And like, and you think that's what's going to help you be successful, then do that. No one is like stopping you from doing that. Just because I don't do that, or that's not something that Shay does all the time, that doesn't mean that you don't have to do it. Like you work this business in whatever way that you know how, that's going to get you success and that's going to make you happy. It's like, that's really all that matters. If staring at your phone is not going to make you happy, then don't stare at your phone. You know, like just figure out what is your niche and your little groove and run with that. And like something that, excuse me, Shay said a while ago that really stuck with me was, I think it was on like one of the leader Zooms I did. I actually think I was at her house for it, but she was like, write down like what sustains you and what drains you, and basically do something that drains you and then flip right back around and do something that sustains you. So for me personally, like messaging and like, I don't want to say working drains me, but like sending out 100 messages, that is like, ugh. Like I like it because like I know I'm helping people, but like it's not fun to sit down right here and to like get my big iPad out and just to go message Becky and all of her 100 friends. You know what I mean? So like I'm going to make sure that I do that, and I do that to the best of my abilities and intentionally. And then I'm going to go play around the Call of Duty because that's what's fun to me. I don't even know if my boyfriend knows I do that on his Xbox. It's fine. But like that is something that's fun to me. So you need to find like what works with you, what makes you happy, and basically just work with that, because that's when you're going to be the most successful. And I can even say like this month I've had like amazing growth like personally, and I am like a distributor enroller, and I have signed more customers than distributors this month, and that is huge for me. Like that has not happened in so long, and I truly think it's because I'm constantly positive. Like I'm just happy. And that goes into our next thing, is always staying positive and the importance of personal development. So We're about to pop in some numbers, so if you've zoned out, come back in. But if life has hit you this year in a negative way, I want you to drop a 2. And I just turned my brightness up. I didn't even click 2. Here we go. Okay. Okay, so Ashley, Courtney, myself, iPhone, hello iPhone. Life has hit us, and like I can definitely say life literally hit me today. And yeah, love iPhone. Hello. But yeah, so like I really feel, and like even just like a personal experience, my dad had surgery today. He's okay, disclaimer. But it was like scary. I mean, like it's not a good thing for a family member to go and like have something removed. I don't even know what it is. And then especially like when your mom calls you and she's like, oh my gosh, his surgery was supposed to be done an hour ago. And then I'm automatically freaking out. I'm like, great, he died. Like that was my literal first initial thought was like, great, great, great. And I was like, Mom, it's fine. And then I like put myself back into this positive mood that I have, or this like high vibe energy that I have manifested myself. And I was like, you know what, Mom, this is not in our control right now. And I was like, and my mom and my parents are not religious. And so this was like weird for me to even say to my mom, but I was like, this is not in our control. I was like, this is in God's hands. And I was like, he's fine. I was like, you know that everything's fine. If something was wrong, like she was at the hospital. And I was like, they're going to come and get you. And I was like, and if something happens, call me. And I was like, but as of right now, like we can't do anything about it. So just like, don't freak out. I'm like, it's out of your control, and just think positive thoughts, because like you're literally sitting there and just freaking yourself out for no reason. And she was like, you know, like that's so right. Like I didn't think about it like that. And I was like, I know, because you don't do personal development, Mom. Got you. So going along with that is, would you rather join someone on Instagram who is a peppy Pam? I made these up today and I laughed at myself, or a pissed off Patty? I made those names and I was like, I got jokes. So I don't know about y'all, but I would rather join with Peppy Pam. Peppy Pammy. That's what we're going to call her now. Instead of pissed off Patty. I don't want to join with someone who's mad. No, that's not fun. So it's like you always want to be that like positive person. Like something that I've been doing a lot with like my personal business is going live, not live, what's this called? Showing your face. And I was like, what do you call that? And just like showing like videos of like on Instagram. And like today I cut an avocado perfectly. And like I like scooped it out of its little shell perfectly. It was so aesthetically pleasing. I can't say that word, so don't make fun of me. It was just so great. I literally wish I would have recorded it, because I could go on for hours about this freaking avocado. But I literally took a video and I was like, you know, like when you just like cut something and it was like perfect, and I was like, I just cut this avocado and it was great. And I like turned around and I was like, I'm proud of myself. And I literally got so many people like, oh my gosh, I love you, you're so funny, like swiping up on it and like just like interacting with me, because they see that I'm a real human. And like when I make my coffee videos every morning, I have literally had at least one person reach out every single day, either about my celery video or about me making my coffee. And I literally do that every single day. Celery is obviously a new thing. I think we're at 2.5 to 3 weeks now, but still, I'm still doing it literally every single day. And going along with that, I thought someone else replied, but it was Kayla. She doesn't count. So she replied, so yummy. So literally someone else that's interacting and reaching out because I'm showing my life on my Instagram. Prime example. So the next thing is, I did not start doing personal development until 7 months in after I went diamond. I was that person. I'm very stubborn. And I always heard Jade say that personal development is how you're going to like, oh, here's my cat, is like how you're gonna like level up in this and like rank up and like do different things. And then like watching The Secret, you're never gonna be able to go diamond without watching The Secret. And I was like, you know what, Jade, watch. I was like, watch me go diamond without watching The Secret, whatever the hell that is, and without doing personal development. I don't know why I did this, because I look back and I'm like, girlfriend, you could have been double black diamond. Oh my gosh, but it's fine. So if you haven't watched The Secret, go to Netflix, take an hour and a half out of your night and watch The Secret. Watch The Secret. I watched it for the first time a couple weeks, months, I don't know what today is, a while ago during the summer months. And literally my whole mindset changed. And I watched it every single night for about a month. And I actually put it on my TV whenever I'm doing my power hour, just like for that background music. I'm listening, or I'm watching The Secret. It's an amazing thing. Yes, it is on Netflix. It looks like I think YouTube may have it too. It looks like, what's that dude's name? The dude where he did Shakespeare? Yeah, Shakespeare. It looks like that. And it was like really weird, and it has like a little red dot. You can like send me a picture of it. Like, this is open to anyone. Y'all can send me a picture of it if you're confused, because I was confused and I was like, there's no way that's it. And that was it. It looks like a documentary of like old Shakespeare, that kind of times. So it's like an hour and a half. It's just great. And after I watched it, I like opened my mind to it, and I was like, wow, like I should have watched this when I first joined the business. Like, that should have been in the new distributor training, was watching this freaking movie. Actually, now that I said that, thinking about that now. But basically, like, life is going to happen, you guys, and like life is going to happen no matter what. I know it's like every 6 months something in our life changes. I'm like trying to think of like what happened in 6 months. I moved out. That was one thing. In like 6 months, I moved out into my own place with my boyfriend who's doing something. And like, just like every 6 months, I know something in your life changes. My grandpa passed away when I was pushing for triple in January. And then I'm like trying to think, because going triple was like the hardest promotion, like mentally, but I grew so much during that promotion that like I cannot, like, it was amazing. And the week before I actually promoted to triple, 3 people in my life passed away, and it was really, really hard. And it was weird because it was like, what is going on? Like, literally life is just like throwing things at me, and I just couldn't deal with it anymore. But because of personal development, I was able to take that and to take the positives of it and turn it into like a learning situation and grow from it. And it was really hard to do because I was like, this isn't like how I'm supposed to react. And it was weird, but at the same time, like, I grew so much from like that little moment that like it literally just meant the world to me. So if any of you guys have like your favorite personal development podcast, definitely throw them in here. And then the next thing, like in the chat's what I meant. And the next thing that I wanted to talk about with that was being positive. So that was kind of like the Peppy Pam, or the Pissed Off Patty, Pam Souder. Oh my God, love her. But like, we have to be positive at all times. And I think I kind of said this, but I'm just going to go back to it. But like, personal development is going to help you be positive at all times. Like, there are times when I'm literally, especially at the time of the month, I think for all girls on here, I hope we are. But like, it's the time of the month, you guys, not right now, but like whenever it is, we are so mean. I don't know. Well, I might just be speaking for myself here. I turn into a little Satan when it's that time. And it is so hard for me. Yeah, literally, Ashley. Yes. And it literally is just like, I turn into a little devil, and like, I'm so mean to everyone. And it's hard for me because, especially when that time was at the end of the month and I'm promoting and I'm already stressed out about my promotion because I have to get this done. And then that's happening. You're like, really? Thanks. Like, great. And it's hard, but like, at the same time, like, because of personal development, like, so many things can be thrown at me now, and I'm just like, whoop, whoop, bye. Like, nope, positive vibes over here. And I literally have this like little aura of like positivity that I never thought I'd be able to have, because I used to be like such a negative person. And being able to see that growth for myself just from March, honestly, until now is literally insane. And it's all because I focus on personal development every single flippin' day. So the next thing I want to talk about is making money, which obviously you all assume, I'm hoping it's something you want to do. So another number, dropping numbers here. If you want to make money, drop a number, a 3. I forgot what number we're on, but drop the number 3 if you just like want to make money. Okay. So next thing, if you want to make like big money, like money, drop a 4. Not just like extra couple $100. We're like talking thousands. And this is going to open your mind to something new. If it's not new, millions. Yeah, we're getting there, AJ. Don't Don't rush me. But I'm going to take a drink because I'm thirsty. So 1 second, just keep dropping your fours over here. Okay, so this is a personal growth journey, is honestly what I'm going to call it. And I'm going to get real and raw with you guys about my personal experience and what I've been able to do and change mindset-wise because of this. So it's actually crazy how all this is happening. But I'm assuming since you guys want money, like we want money, your paycheck is not where you want it to be. And that's okay. Mine's not. I'm just going to go ahead and throw that out there. My paycheck is not where I want it to be. And I'm sure yours is not either, since you want money. That's like basically calling it as it is. So this means you need to work on your money mindset. This is something that I never imagined I would ever have to work on. I know that there's a lot of things that like we say, like when you have like, when you know you need to focus on something, like that's what you have to do personal development over. And I truly feel unless you are literally making all the money that you want, which honestly, I feel like you never will be at that point because we are all living in abundance, then you have to be growing your mind and your mindset on money. And like just coming from personal experience, I did not grow up without. I was the child that got everything she asked for. If I had good grades, my parents used the word no very little. And I didn't grow up, it's like, I hate, like, there's like a defining line between like being a brat and just like, I don't know the right word for that, but I wasn't the kid that like threw temper tantrums whenever they didn't get their way, but like, I don't know how that works, but like I joined this business for freedom. I did not join this business for extra money. I was making a diamond paycheck, working 60 hours, and that was like okay to me because that was what I thought you had to do. And I saw Shay making the same amount of money as me from her cell phone, and my face, I don't know if my face is getting red or my sunburn's getting worse, but we're just not going to mind that. I'm probably just getting hot because I'm about to get real over here. But I saw Shay making the money that I was making from her phone, and I was like, that is what I want. And that is when I started to realize that, like, okay, this is like a new realm here. Like, this is weird. It's like uncomfortable, blah, 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 blah. So I never really thought that I needed to work on my money mindset because money came in and I put it in savings. And I used me working all my full-time jobs, my part-time jobs to pay my bills, which were like $200 a month. Obviously now we have a little bit more bills than that, but my paychecks went straight into savings. I did not spend at first. I did not spend any of my It Works paychecks until I started like quitting my part-time jobs, and then my full-time job, I started like turning that into a part-time job, and I like had to have my It Works paychecks to pay for like my bills and stuff. So, if your check is not where you want it to be, like I want you to ask yourself two things. One, are you truly working to the capability to receive that paycheck? And if no, that's where we got to start. We're going to start there and then we can continue. And if you truly feel like you are working literally as hard as you can and you are just not making that money that you want, Ashley, I appreciate you being vulnerable because I feel like not a lot of people would admit that. And I appreciate that. So if no, that's where you have to focus first. And then like once you truly feel as if that like you are working as hard as you can, like to the best of your ability, and you still aren't, then we have to rewrite your money blueprint. And I did not know what this was until Sunday. It's Tuesday, by the way. So I did not know what a money blueprint was. I was like, what is that? No. And a money blueprint is essentially that was not how you pronounce that. We're not going to go into that. It's basically like what you cap yourself at, like with earning money in your mind. And this is something that like I struggled with a money mindset now that I didn't think I ever would because I'm making money that I never thought I'd be able to make. And truly, like, because of that, I saw a 5-figure paycheck and it scared me. It scared the death out of me because in my family, more money equals more problems. And that was just how it was. And it was always hard for me to like grasp that concept. And so basically I wrote my money blueprint subconsciously as $6,000. And that was just that was my monthly paycheck consistently for a while. And it was kind of like, okay. And like before I went triple, I never knew how to like break that ceiling. And then after I went triple and that scared me, I never knew how to get back to that 5-figure paycheck. So I actually did something it was weird. And I want you guys to do this after this Zoom, but I want you guys, it worked for me. So I hope this like works out for you guys too. I want you to like think about like what your money blueprint is. Like what is and that essentially means like a monthly paycheck. Like what you've capped yourself at in your head that you cannot make more than. And I want you to go into your commissions and count up your monthly commissions and take the average of that. So I hope we know basic math. If not, I'm not going to be mad because but if you have 4 paychecks, you're going to take 50 plus 100, 200, and 250, divide that by 4 because there were 4 of them. That's how you take the average. Probably find that on Google. And I did this just out of curiosity, and it was literally $5,943.62. And I was like, wow, because I said that mine was 6,000, and I was just like guessing, kind of like taking about like, oh, I've made this and I've made this and this, and I was like 6,000 is probably mine. And I went and looked, and that was literally what my average paycheck was. And I was like, wow. Like, and then I started thinking, and I was like, I am worth so much more than that. Like and like my boyfriend, my family, like my future family, we are worth so much more than $6,000 a month. And another thing that opened my eyes last night was our leader Zoom with Shay. And she was talking about, or it was with Jason Mayfield. I really think it's on YouTube. I really hope she posted it. If not, harass her for the recording. She'll give it to you. She'll probably cry. But this Zoom literally opened my eyes to so many new things. And I'm honestly just going to kind of spend the rest of the night. Like I said, this wasn't supposed to be long. Excuse me, just like kind of recapping like what that was. So I'm going to like type something out to you guys. I know Danny can attest to this one because I got her to read it. But the first book I want you to read is The Total Money Makeover by Dave Ramsey. And I'm typing this in the chat. It just kind of takes me a minute. So, okay. Read this book. That's the first thing I want you to do if you answered yes to my questions. If your paycheck isn't where you want it to be, and then are you working to get there? Read Total Money Makeover by Dave Ramsey. The next thing I want you to do is listen to Pam Souter's podcast, episode 51. And she talks about how to rewrite your money blueprint. This is really weird how this all worked out. So I read this book, completely changed my life, honestly. And then a couple days after I reread it for the second time, I found this podcast and it talked about things in there. And I was like, oh my gosh. So the next thing I want you to read is Secrets of the, Millionaire Mind, which is also the book. That is not how you spell millionaire mind. Good Lord. Y'all. Millionaire. That's not spelled right. Don't mind me. Okay. Thank you. Good frick. Okay. So read Secrets of the Millionaire Mind. Y'all can't see it. It's that thing right there on my counter. That's that book. I haven't started it yet, but Shay's reading it. And it completely changed her life already. So I'm really excited to read it. And then I want you to rewatch the recording that Shay had with Jason. So rewatch Shay's Zoom, was not with an X, with Jason W or M. W, stupid. Okay, so rewatch that Zoom. Actually, don't even get me started. Literally, sis. So I want you to watch those or to do those. And with this money mindset journey that I've personally been on, doing that right there has changed everything for me. And then really after watching that Zoom last night, my total mind, I literally was crying at the end of it. And if you know me, I do not cry. Crying is a weird thing that my body does sometimes. And I cried after this Zoom. just truly seeing that someone that I've never met before, I look up to Jason and Ashley Mayfield so much, but just the way that he was like talking on this Zoom, I literally felt that he was talking to me, and he literally was saying that I was worth billions of dollars, billion with a B. And I was like, what? Oh my God. Like, no, that was weird. So, I started at Works 2 weeks ago. Well, welcome, sis. Hello. I'm about to be working 2 other jobs. I will get back to that. I promise I will answer your question. I just want to get through this little bit right here, and then I'll be able to help you with that. I do have some good tips on that as well. But basically it was just like weird how he said like all of these different things. And this is not something that you have to be making thousands of dollars a month to do. You can start this at any time, but honestly, after you read the Total Money Makeover, that's going to be a really good start to everything. And what was crazy is how he basically said, if you want to make a lot of money, you need to keep your expenses low. And expenses as in your car payment, that's the only thing I can think of right now. Keep your expenses low. Y'all feel what I mean. And once you actually watch this Zoom, you'll understand exactly what I mean. But truly have a written budget for what your monthly expenses are and sticking to it. I track my spendings, which if you want to be wealthy, which means having lots of money, not just making lots, and having lots are 2 different things. If you want to truly have a lot of money, have a written budget and stick to it and track your expenses. So this is I'm not going to go into it, but this is my monthly budget. Those are all my bills. This is like a tracker because I'm green, which y'all know, making sure that I actually paid them. And then these are all of my expenses. So this is like all of the money. I just started this. That's why there's only 2 pages. I started July 23rd. So it's just truly like having all my money written down and having like exactly where I know exactly where it's going. So I give myself like X amount of dollars to spend on food every single month. So at the end of the month, I'm just going to eyeball it here. I had like $50 left over for my food budget of the month. And that went into my savings to like build. So it's just like having a written budget, truly sticking to it. You can have a budget and not look at it, and no, you're literally doing nothing to yourself. Don't even waste your time. That's what you're gonna do. But it was just crazy between everything that he was like saying and like the things that we're able to do because of this opportunity so soon. And basically he gave some like numbers here, like actual statistics with investing money that literally blew my mind. So in 10 years, I'm 20, and 2 months I'll be 21. So in 10 years, I will be 30. So in 10 years from now, drop a 5 if you would like to be a millionaire. Okay, cool. Got 2 people. That's all I need. So it's just like the things that he was saying in here, he like literally gave us statistics to become a millionaire with $1.6 million sitting in the bank. That's excluding what we make, but sitting in the bank in 10 years. What? Okay. Like, my voice just cracked. We're not gonna mind that. Like, I don't know about y'all, but like, wow. So it's honestly all I really want to share about that part of it, just because I really want you guys to go do this on yourself. Like go through this journey with yourself, because it changed my life, drastically. And I just want you guys to experience that in the Zoom and not necessarily from me. So that's all I'm going to leave you with on that note. And then I'm going to go back and answer your question. But it was just like, I don't know, it like blew my mind to think, and like this is actually when I started crying, but like that my future family, because I mean by then I'm gonna be married and have kids, we are going to be millionaires because of this, not because of anything else, because of this. And because I took the time to work my business every single day, no matter what happened, when people left me, when people were mean to me and people called me stupid and I was like selling stupid products and I got left on red and I got no's, that I'm going to be a millionaire in 10 years because of this. And that just, it blew my mind. I was like, there is literally no way that this is possible. And it was like, and like for you guys that are thinking and you're like, well, I'm not going to be a millionaire in 10 years. That's no, take that out. That is a limiting belief that you have set on yourself. And if you say that, you will not be a millionaire in 10 years. But if you are positive and you truly believe and you've done that personal development, I know that so many things are going to change for you guys that are doing that work every single day, because this is about to be an amazing season of just literal harvesting for everyone, not just on my team, for everyone. With green carpet coming up next month, with all of these new products that we have coming to you guys. If you didn't know that we do have more products coming out before the end of the year, y'all. So if any of you guys, you are so welcome, Courtney. Thank you. If you guys have any more questions, throw them in the chat. But that is truly all I had for you guys. So if you don't want to stay on, I'm not going to make you stay on, but I am going to go back and answer Tristan's question. So you started at Works 2 weeks ago. So everyone give her a freaking round of applause for joining, because she just took the leap that a lot of people haven't taken. So I am so proud of you for taking the leap with us. And you're about to be working 2 other jobs and going to school starting Thursday. So budget apps are also really good. I just saw that. So what I really think you should do is get out a piece of paper, and block schedules are literally just my jam. If you have a certain type of schedule that you like thrive with, use that. But what I would really do is get like a calendar, some sort of way that you can see like 9, 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, like all of like the times of the day. And I want you to like take something and like block out when you have class. And if you have a set schedule for whenever you're working, like Monday through Friday, 8 to 5 or 9 to 5, whatever it is, I don't know. That's like, I want you to like block that in as well. And like truly what you need to do is just go through that. And if you have like a weekly schedule, like it changes weekly, you're just going to have to keep up with it. But you do not have to work this business for hours like I was saying I was doing. If you just do 5-minute increments here and there and just like little bitty bits of time throughout the day, that's truly all you need. So whenever I was working, so when I got started, I was working a full-time job, 45 hours a week, I think. Morgan, correct me on that. I worked with Morgan. And I was working 2 other part-time jobs, and I was taking 18 hours at school. So I literally just woke up 30 minutes earlier. And obviously the first day I didn't do this, but I responded to messages, the messages like from the night before. I sent out more messages, and I got a post planned for the day. I got to Zoe's, which is where I worked, did my opening duties, did like all that kind of jazz, and I probably had like 30 minutes to an hour to like really sit down and kind of like recuperate. So if I didn't have anything else to do at my job, I started working, and I would like send out more messages. We actually didn't have stories at this time, so I kind of feel like an oldie for saying that, but we didn't have Instagram stories or Facebook stories. So I literally was posting, and this was a time that we post like 6 times a day. Do not do that. No, you post once a day, and you post like once a day on your main feed, and I sometimes post again like on Instagram, maybe like twice a month I do that, honestly. And it's like at night, and it's like a product post about something. And on Facebook, I don't blow Facebook up, but I post on Facebook consistently just about life. Like today, for example, I like opened my dishwasher and I forgot to start it after I put the little pot in to wash my dishes. So I posted it on Facebook, something like that. But it's just really showing your followers and your friends like who you really are. Am I breaking up bad for anyone else? Am I good? I hope I'm good. My Wi-Fi says I'm at full bars, so it might just be you. I'm not sure though, but You're kind of breaking up. Not for me. Okay. If I break up, someone tell me to stop in the chat and I'll stop talking. But like I said, so it's just really about like being intentional and working in those 5-minute increments. But it's like taking those like 5 minutes of like extra time that you have when you're walking to class. I don't know what you do. I don't know what your jobs are, but it's like taking little bitty bits of time throughout the day to work this business. And that's really all you need. You don't need 6 hours a day to work this. You don't need 24 hours. You literally need, okay, so you're a waitress. So you are literally going to have those 5 minutes of time. So whenever you're like, obviously when you're like waitressing, you're not going to be on your phone. If you take a bathroom break, utilize that potty break. Literally run to the bathroom, like utilize that potty break to your best advantage. Okay, you do. Perfect. You're already on the right you're already on the right track. Obviously now when you're like going to the bathroom or anything, throw like as many things as you can up out your story so you're always at the front. Send out some messages, reply to people literally as fast as you can, and then just like kind of do that on repeat. I mean, like obviously I know you're not going to be going to the bathroom like every 30 minutes, but like another thing I want you to think about is, I just started talking really fast, so I'm sorry, but another thing I want you to think about is if you don't respond to someone for an hour or two, don't freak out. That was something that was so hard for me because I was like, I have to respond right now. I'm going to lose this sale. No. Nope. No. If they are going to buy from you, they are going to buy from you no matter what. Because why? They are human too. They probably have a job where they cannot stare at their phone all day, so they understand what it's like to be busy. If you go a couple days without responding, you're pushing it. Something must happen. But if you go an hour, 2, 3 hours, even today, I literally on Instagram, I posted a story on the highway and I was like, oh my gosh, you guys, I was like, I was at the Ranger game with my friend and I had like 50 Instagram notifications. I didn't have any. No. But doing that, like, and saying, like, I wasn't on my phone because I was, like, spending time with my friend at the Ranger game, it was, like, it got people interested, like, oh my gosh, like, how did you just randomly go to the Ranger game today? And I was like, well, because of my business. Or, like, someone asked me about keto coffee on that slide, and I was like, it had nothing to do with that, but you know what, girl, let's talk about that keto coffee. So it's just, like, things like that, and, like, people, like, they're human too. And they obviously know that like we have things to do. So like I said, I really think it's just about like taking those like time management skills like to your best advantage, scheduling out your time and sticking to it, and knowing that there are going to be some days that are better than others. This is not all rainbows and butterflies. I don't want you to think that it is. But if you are consistent and you are working intentionally, you have nothing to worry about. Just because like Becky promoted here and Sally promoted there, that doesn't mean anything. They can literally fall off in 2 months and then you're going to go double black diamond. You know, like don't think about that. Stay so tunnel vision focused. Y'all feel my drift. Stay so with your blinders on that you are literally only looking here. I am looking at my chart, at my team. That hurt. Tunnel vision. Thank you. Yeah. So I am just literally staying so laser focused. I have no idea what other leaders are doing because I don't need to know. I know what I'm doing and what I'm doing is working. If someone goes live in the team page, I'm going to go watch it. Obviously, I'm going to take tips from other leaders, but I'm not going to spend my time investing in other leaders and what they're doing when what I'm doing is working and it's actually giving me results because I've been so consistent with it all through this time. So I hope that answered your question. If it didn't or you need any more, just like message me on Instagram or Facebook, or if you have my number, text me. I'm going to go ahead and stop this.